The first benefit of using resistance bands in your calisthenics training is that it lets you hold skills that you can't do without any assistance. The purpose of learning a skill is actually refining a technique and having perfect form. Although the skills do build strength, without perfect form, they don't really look as good. And the best thing about the bands is it provides you support in the right places if you know what you're doing. For example, after this video, you'll learn how to use the bands, or you can watch other tutorials on YouTube as well and learn where the bands should be positioned on your body to help you correctly. But for example, with a front lever, if you don't use a band, you have to hold different progressions of the front lever, and it can be quite demotivating for people who want to actually progress quickly. Although progress is never really quick, you can definitely speed it up by using bands because it allows you to hold the full position without even being able to do it without bands. So for example, the front lever here, with the band, you can just hold a front lever, which is what I'm doing right now. What this does is it provides me a lot of understanding about what I need to do for the skill, and it keeps me motivated because I'm actually holding the front lever, and that makes me want to get rid of the band eventually, and so my progress will keep continuing. All right, so I show you the front lever. Now this is a muscle up, so what you can do is get a band, for example, like this, and if you can't do the muscle up, this is kind of the same thing as the front lever in terms of how the band helps you. So you're basically still doing a muscle up, but the band is the only thing that's supporting you. So it will look like this with the muscle up. And now I'm at the top. I just felt what it's like to do the muscle up, and the band is so irrelevant in a way because the band is such a thin thing, or object that's helping me. But the fact is, it is helping me. So it's the perfect balance of assistance, but it's not too much assistance to the point where you feel like it's useless. So you are still doing the muscle up, you're still working the same muscles as the muscle up, but instead the band's helping you. And in terms of learning the muscle up, the band really feels like it's not there at times because I'm not really having to do anything. Once I step into the band will go and do its thing, and it will actually help you just by being there. On to the next benefit of using bands. Just be careful every time you come out. You don't want this to, you don't want this to just snap onto your head or something like that. Let's go to the next one. All right, so another benefit of using bands is that you can actually work your muscles just like you would work them in the gym. If you train smart and you have some knowledge, you know that muscles actually don't even know the difference between if you're lifting weights or not. All the muscles know is the resistance that's being applied to them. So the same way that you could do a chest press in the gym, you can get your band, wrap it around the pole like this, for example, lean back against it, and this is exactly the same as doing a chest press in the gym. The good thing is when you come back, the band will actually stretch your chest even more. So the point of the band is accommodating resistance. Accommodating resistance basically means that the resistance of the band changes depending on where you are throughout the movement. So with weights, at this point and at this point, the weight is absolute. The weight is the same weight. If you're pushing 30 kg and you set the pin to 40 or 50, it's going to change and it's not going to basically make a difference whether you're at the top or at the bottom, because the weight is the weight. But with the band, it stretches as I push out, which makes it harder, and it gets a bit easier as I come back. But the point is, there's constant tension on the muscles at all times. What we can do, for example, for your chest is you can push like this, do your chest press, and when you can't do it anymore, you can go straight into flies. Just like that. You can do back to back there and isolate your muscles like that with constant tension. So the last benefit of using bands is it can actually provide you an easy way of extra resistance. So if your dips are a bit too easy, or your pull-ups or press-ups or any basic exercise is a bit too easy, and you still want to train calisthenics and get the best out of it, instead of dragging around weights or weight plates in your bag and walking around with 30 kg in your bag or 10 kg in your bag, what you can do is just get the band. For example, with dips, you can get the band, put it around the top of your traps, hold onto the bar like this, and now you can do dips. But as I said earlier, the band's a form of accommodating resistance. So when you come down, the band's not going to be that stretched, and it's going to be like doing a dip without the band. But as you push up, the band's going to stretch out more and more, and it's going to make it even harder. So this is just a quick bonus tip before you click off this video. The bands should usually come as a set of 4. You can buy them on Amazon. So you've got a green one, which is the thickest one, then the purple one, which I don't have in my hand now because it's at home, and then the black one, and the lightest band, which is here, the red one. Your aim should be to use the red band as quickly as possible, because that means that you'll eventually not need the bands. That's if you're training skills or want to learn the muscle up. The red band is barely any resistance. I just wanted to mention that get a set of bands like this where you've got a set of 4 bands, because what you can do is actually measure your progress. If you just get a band here, a band there, and throw them together, yes, you'll know that there's less resistance on one or the other, but there's a lot of guesswork as well. You want to be accurate with the training, and you want to measure your progress properly. So by buying a set of 4 bands, you know that the green one is the heaviest one, and that when you get to the red one, you know that you would have got stronger. If you feel like these tips have helped you, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment what kind of videos or tips you want to help you get fitter.